Okay, so till now we have seen all the theoretical part. Now let's go and discuss about, okay, you have data in your collection. How can you iterate it? So how to iterate that? So you can iterate by iterator interface or for each loop or index-based for loop, right? So these are the three ways you can iterate your collections. As I just now mentioned, iterator method can be used to iterate both the list and set collections. So the syntax is fixed code, this one. This is a fixed code. You need to remember this syntax. So if you know the return type methods, how to call, I already told the method return type. This method returns iterator interface. That's what first. Then variable equal to collection object dot return type non-static method. See, if you follow the method naming conventions, method how to call, we already discussed in our methods topic very, very clearly. And also many times I repeated that formula. And you should not forget that formula. I think I repeated so many times. And you should not forget that return type methods how to call. It should be in your mind by this time. So while this it I am taking, okay, I got the element here, right? Then I'm checking it dot has next. Okay, if the element is there, go inside and get that element value within next method. That is what I'm doing here. Next, for each loop also you can use to iterate your collection. So for, what is the for each loop syntax? For bracket, data type, variable name, colon, collection name. So you already know this syntaxes I have given all. Why I'm telling syntaxes you need to remember is it's going to help you a lot. If you don't know syntax and so what to place in which area, you don't know, right? If you follow this, see for as it is, you will write for bracket. So data type of this collection. If it is a generic, you will put that generic data type here. If it is a kind of non-generic, you will put an object here. If you create a non-generic, you'll put a object here, because if you don't know the data type, non-object is the data type of that collection, right? So that's what we are doing there. And variable name, any variable name you write, colon, collection name you write. So this is all very clearly we have discussed in the control structures a long time back. And again, you can iterate a collection by normal for loop. What is a normal for loop syntax? For bracket, initialization, semicolon, condition, semicolon, increment or decrement. So beautifully designed and also explained in our control structure programs, all these loops. So go through them and it will really help you a lot. Okay, so let's get started now. So one by one program. I'll use first IntelliJ. Then we can come back to Eclipse, because we just want to understand all the IDEs. I have introduced VS Code, I have introduced IntelliJ, I have introduced Eclipse. All three, these are the familiar. That's why I'm introducing all of them, so that whenever you go to some particular companies, you should not feel bad. Oh, I don't know this IDE. How can I use it? You should not feel bad. That's why I'm introducing all of them, all three popular IDE tools.
Visual Studio also.
Visual Studio also, yeah, that's why we discussed Visual Studio also. We covered everything, so not to miss. Okay, so let's create a new package. Say new package, collection programs. Right? So this is the new package. Then under this, let's create a new class, array list demo. ArrayList demo class. Then create a main method. So there are advantages, so IntelliJ looks good, and VS Code also. So Eclipse becomes so little bit old. Okay. Nowadays, I see many people are using this either IntelliJ or VS Code only. So these two only people are mostly using as a IDE tools. If you are already working in some companies, let me know. So these are the ones are not, whether you are using these ones or different ones. Okay. So first, I will create a interface, that is a list interface, al equal to new array list. I'm not using any generics. With non-generic I'm creating, so that I will add later. Okay. So list. So import the class. Okay, I imported. So array list also imported. Both are imported because these are different package. These are right. If you're using another package, you must import them. That's the import statements we are using. So when you do that import statements, I am using this class inside other package classes. Which package? Java.util package class and interface I'm using. So that's why you need to get access. The access will be given by import. Okay, I got my collection. AL is my collection name, collection object, right? This is the object. That object is referenced by AL. So AL is the object reference. Now system dot out dot println. So I want to know how many elements are there in my collection. So number of elements in the collection. AL dot, what is the method we need to use? What is the method we need to use to know the number of elements of the collection?
Length. Length. Size.
Size method. There is no length method, size method. So you can print the collection elements directly. So with just calling the collection name, collection object name. So just call AL, the collection object. AL is my collection object. Now execute this. See how easy to run the program. Directly you have here itself method. So quickly it will run. See, number of elements 0, no elements present. So now I don't have elements, right? I need to insert. So let's insert the elements. So one by one. First add method. Add. So element. You need to insert the element, right? So what it does, it insert the element, right? Al dot add. So I'm going to give so Java. I'm inserting Java. Then I'm inserting other element also. Add. So int okay, object another element, one more. Later I'll come back. Now Al dot add. Now I want to insert a second place my Boolean value. So second place means 1. Second position means 1, right? I want to insert in the second position 1 and the false value I want to insert. False. So let's insert the false value. Next, what will happen? Can you tell me now? What is the order now? So what is the list? What is the list means? I told you. Is it ordered, unordered?
Ordered.
Ordered, right? So
Yes.
first you inserted Java, then Python, then false.
False.
Now what is the elements in this collection now?
Java, Python, and false. But the first play you changed the position one false. Now the order Java, false, and Python will come.
Yeah, how many accept with
Yeah.
that order? How many of you accept with the Muni answer? Is this correct? You should not silent. You should tell.
Yes.
Only 2 people.
One,
There are 8 people are there.
nine, yeah, total 8 are there.
What about others?
I think Rajesh is to answer every time.
Rajeshwari answered.
No,
Okay.
she only will answer it every time. Correct.
Yeah.
I think.
Remaining people are just silence. They will maintain silence. Even Nirmala, you know, right? Why you are not answering?
Yeah, I told you, sir. Yes.
You only told?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good. So that's the right answer. Whatever Muni told, that's correct. Because first Java, then I forcefully first priority given to index. So what will happen? This will go to this position and this will move down. That's what I told you. Shifting takes place when you're moving or when you're removing from the collection, shifting takes place. The bits will move. Now see, this will go to this position and this will come to this position. So that's the order. If you want, you can just print it. See, number of elements in the collection after add method. See, even I can run from here itself. See, now 3 elements are there and these are the 3 elements. Okay. Let's add few more elements I will add. Okay. So al dot add all method. Okay, I'm using add all method. So how to add all method? So you have list dot as list. Okay, as list. Arrays dot as list. Arrays dot as list, and you can mention all the elements one by one. For example, I want to enter 2.5f. And so again, Java, I can enter duplicates also, right? You can enter all. Yeah, some of the languages I entered here. Now, see add all method I am using now. So now see what will happen, how many elements, where it will insert? Can anyone tell me? Where it will insert?
Next to Python.
Next to false.
Yeah, Python after it will insert. Okay, Python after it will insert. False is in the middle.
Yeah.
So Python after it will add these elements. So now let's go and see that. See this? Java, false, Python, 10, 2.5, Java, Perl. See duplicate elements, a load. I'm proving that. I just explained the statement, but I'm proving. list can contain duplicate elements. So whatever the elements you repeat, every element will be considered as a different position element. So it's not same. Okay, so that's this. Okay, now you have how many? Total 7 elements are there. Next. So I am following remove method. I'll remove one element, okay? Let's remove one element. So remove element. So that means you are deleting from the collection. AL is the collection object. In this collection, I am removing one element. You can use index based or you can use normal. I'll use index based. Let me remove one. So if I remove index based one means what will happen?
False will get removed.
False will be removed.
False will be removed, and then Java, Python 10, 2.5, Java, Pal will be there. See that? And just print them. After add all, after remove. So one element will be removed. Okay, so let's call them. See 6, it should be 6. 1 we are deleting, right? Yeah. So now false has gone. Now all the bits and pieces moved here. So this is the how it will happen. Next, how many methods we completed? Size method we
Ramesh, one
completed.
question here.
Yeah.
Yeah, what if we remove Java from the list of elements? Like which element will be get removed? Like because there is a repetition here.
I'll show you that also. Okay, all elements
Okay.
will be removed. Okay, so we covered the size method, we covered add method, we covered add all method, we covered a remove method. Now I'm going to cover remove all method. Okay, remove all method. Remove all means a collection of elements you have to give. Collection C you have to give. So whatever the collection elements you specify, those elements will be removed from the collection. So now AL dot remove all. So I'm using remove all, but I have to specify my collection. Arrays dot as list. So I want to specify what are the elements you want. Let me remove Java. So J capital, right? We use J capital. Java will be gone now. Then 10. Then all. So these are the 3 elements, but there is a Java is a duplicate. It will be gone completely. See that? All the places it will remove. Okay. If you call the remove. So Java, whichever place is there, even though duplicate, but it will remove both. Because you are not specifying which position Java, right? It doesn't understand. So both will be deleted.
Okay.
Now you can see what will happen. How many elements we are removing? 4 elements. So how many left now?
3.
3. See, this is gone. These are the 3 left now. Okay, so next, contains method or is empty method also you can try out. Is empty method, what it will do? It just checks. It just checks whether collection is empty or not. So AL dot is empty. So it returns a Boolean value. So return type is a Boolean. So Boolean. So B equal to, that's the one. The collection is not empty, right? You have elements. So obviously you should get a true or false. What you will get?
False.
You can call here also. We don't need this. So let's call some more also. I don't want to just for one printing. Next, contains method. I'm just showing all the methods. So contains method basically it searches the given element is present in the collection or not. So you can just pass the element. So Boolean B1 equal to AL dot contains. So I'll just see Python is present or not. Right? Python is present or not now in the collection. B1. So let's execute this. Okay, false. Because E is empty, it's not empty. Collection is not empty. But this is true. You have Python element is there. So that's a true. Next, equals method. So equals method. So you have to check. So Boolean B2 equal to AL dot get. How can I get the collection list collection elements? Using get method, get of index. So I'm giving 0 index or maybe 1 I will give, right? 2 dot equals, I'm just giving Perl. Okay, I'm giving Perl. Is it same or not? Comparing.
1 plus is not Perl, right, Ramesh? Yes.
No, right?
Python 10 2.1. Perl is last step, so it should return false.
Comparing the second position element with Perl. That's a B2. See, it's available. It's the same, right? Both. So 2 means you will get a 0, 1, 2. The 2 means Perl. And we have given 2 position, Perl is there. So both are same. This is all you will use in the if conditions. You will use in the if conditions. Next. Okay, so next method. Add all with index. Int index, comma, collections. So collection C. Let's see this. So I'm going to add a group of elements. Okay. But I'll create another collection here. So list AL1 equal to new array list. I'll give here itself. Okay. I'll give here itself arrays dot as list and I'll specify all the elements, right? So JavaScript. So Selenium, capital A. See, even characters also. So all types of data you can insert if you're not specifying the type. See, I can insert the strings, I can insert the characters, I can insert the numbers, I can insert Boolean values. So I can insert floating values, a double, or whatever the data you want, you can insert. So this now in this AL1, you have all this data. If you want AL data, so you can just print it. Number of elements in AL1. AL1 collection. So how can you find that? AL1.size method. So now if you want print them, just print it. Collection elements. AL1 collection elements. Right. But let me use how to use this add all. Going to join now. To join two collections, what I'm doing, AL dot add all. This one. I'm going to insert in the one index this AL1. That's the, see, I'm joining this AL1 into AL so that you will get a AL only. Okay, you're merging AL1, you're merging with AL. Number of elements in AL collection. So AL AL collection elements after add all. Okay. So add all. Now let's call all these things. So we covered almost all the methods. See that? It is inserted here. Okay, so these are the elements I inserted. Next, retain all method. So retain all, remove all, you need to catch, remove all, whatever you specify, those will be removed. Retain all, whatever you specify, those will retain, remaining will be removed. That's a difference between remove all and retain. AL dot retain all. So arrays dot as list. If you want to specify a group of elements, you can use arrays dot as list and specify what are the elements you want it. So I'll specify all these elements. I'll specify. Basically, I'm keeping only strings, okay? Remaining all I'm removing. It's up to you how you want, what data you want to keep and what data you want to remove. Retain all. See that? Only what we specified. JavaScript, Selenium, Python, JavaScript, Selenium, Python, JavaScript, Selenium. Why Pearl is not there? Pearl is there. Oh, it's a small one. Okay. So the element that was not there, right? That's all. Yeah. Now run it again. Now you'll get the fourth element also. So that's a retain all. Now last, I want to show you how to iterate the elements. Iterator method. So this is the very important one. So as I mentioned, this method iterate the collection, right? It iterate the collection. So iterator. So it equal to al dot iterator. Al is my collection object, and the method I am using iterator method to iterate my collection. So while see the whatever I specified, same I am using. It dot has next. If the element is present, then fetch that element with a next method. It dot next. So one by one it will print. So let's go and see that. So I just want system dot array. So I just want to give some design here. That's it. So then I will go and do with the for each loop. So for each loop, what is the for each loop syntax? For, so data type, again, one more time I'm writing. I don't know, but just to make sure others, anybody missing, collection name. So curly bracket, logic you need to build. So for bracket, so data type of our collection is, what is the data type of our collection now? Can you tell me?
List.
That's wrong.
Array list.
I already told today. This is the non-generic.
Object.
Object.
Object, right? Object. Object is the data type of your collection now. Not, so it's not the list, it's not the array list. Object is the data type. Now would be the colon al.
A.
So system dot out dot println obj dot just obj, it will return value for you. So that's it. I want to separate this. And the last one is normal for loop. So normal for loop you already know. I don't want to again repeat that. Int I equal to 0. And why I'm giving 0? The first element always starts with a 0 index. I less than. So al dot size method. And I plus plus. How can I access array list elements?
Al dot
Access array list elements.
array list object dot
Array list object.
of I like
Again, make a note this. Make a note. Array accessing is different. Array list accessing is different. Array doesn't have methods, but array list has methods. List has methods for you. You should use methods to access. I just now used above. How to access array list or list elements is always using get method. Get of
I.
So this is how to access a list elements. Always this method you have to use if you want to access. collection, array list collection elements, how you can access? Using get method and that index number. This is the index number. First 0, first element. Next I value will increment, second element. Next I value and keep on moving until this size. So that's all about the how many ways you can print. See that? All the element first with a iterator, then for each loop and normal for loop. And the last method for the entire thing, clear method. So what this clear method will do?
Here's all the data.
All elements.
Delete all the data. Clear. See, no more elements will be available for you. See, after clear, so nothing will be there. No elements is available. You get the size, you get the elements. Nothing, 0 will be there. Before this line, the elements are there. So after this 70th line, the size is 0, empty array list. Okay, that's all about array list. And tomorrow I'll show you another program, but you also practice this program and make sure tomorrow you do so the same way how you are